Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to the Perhaps Podcast. It is Saturday, and this is your host.
And I'm your guest.
And today we have a tiny segment entitled Food for Thought. Really, it should be a snack for thought if you think about it. Fun size. It'll be one of those two, like the two tiny bars in like one thing that should have been a king size
You are
bar.
speaking and I can't hear a single word.
Oh, are you
Yo, like
serious?
my road, like seriously, like your face is there with the glee and the questioning joy, but my whole road connect system was like bloop. I'm not
It
here
was
for
so
it.
good.
So hold on, let me restart this as you massage the ears of our waiting listeners, maybe just a little bit. Put a little sauce on this
Wait, you're
technical
actually, I can
mishap.
hear
But yeah,
you.
I
I can
you
hear
can hear
you.
me. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. I'm looking at my road connect right now, and it's just like, wait. And my settings resume is right. You know what? The more I speak about this, the less it's getting fixed. Hold on. Let me click it. Excuse it, here in my greatness. Maybe y'all can still hear me in my greatness as I figure it out. That little X out and then bring it back. Oh, okay. So now road is back.
Okay, can
Okay.
you hear
Can
me
you
now?
Oh yes, I can hear you
Okay,
now.
good.
Okay,
We're
it's like
good to
Verizon turned to
go.
Sprint. That's now T-Mobile. Let's do this.
Exactly.
What
All
did you
right.
say?
As I was saying before, today's episode is a short food for thought, which should really be a snack for thought when you think about it. I'm not going to go
Ooh,
through the whole thing again, but it was pretty good. So
yeah.
what is today's food for thought guest?
I guess going with the flow. To be honest.
Going
I
with
mean,
the flow.
going with the flow when the things are speaking to you, even when things get technically difficult.
Flow
Right?
rider.
You get back on the path that speaks to you, I guess. Um, but yeah, that's just how I like translating everyday little things. What do you think the food for thought is?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Host,
fine. I can work with that.
you
Uh,
can.
in order to go with the flow, you have to feel the flow.
Ooh,
So,
yeah.
right? That's like step one before even going with the flow is like
What
figure
is
out where the
flow?
flow is going,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
But you know,
if the river's going downstream, right? You don't want to be like, oh, the flow is upstream. Let me go upstream. And then, you're using up all this time and you're staying in the same place.
exactly.
Thinking you're like the burden you're carrying you think is like the worth the future reward when in
Yeah.
fact like you aren't moving anywhere. So
Mm.
it take, we need to stop and take some time to kind of recognize what's going on around us. I think that's what I've been seeing recently. It's just like everyone is so busy. Either we're busy
Mm-hmm.
at our work trying to rush through the day so we can get home to our families. When we're with our families, we're trying to rush through things so we can get back to our work. If you're always in a state of rushing and you never have time to slow down and really think about what's going on, you're still
Yeah.
going somewhere, but it may not be a conscious somewhere. You got to take time to realize like you're in the present and that stuff is happening. And also, I think another thing, which is slightly unrelated, but like you're not the center of the universe. We're not the center of the universe. So that's like a huge thing to realize, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like you stop doing your work, the world is not going to collapse. If you take 5 minutes for yourself, like things are not going to like just burn down. So I
I
guess what
guess
I'm saying,
so.
going with the flow, first step is figuring out where the flow is going. And in order to do that, you need to take a few minutes a day to be alone with yourself and just kind of
I
listen.
as we bring up the flow of things, my mind immediately went into, okay, like what stops it, right? What potentially stops you from like recognizing the flow? Or even if that's a thing, maybe innately we all understand the flow, but there's all these obstacles, external and internal, that so just wondering about how to get past that. And I guess maybe if thinking that you're not the center of the universe, right? You're allowed a break. if those are the words that allow you to take time and recenter, sure. I would say on the flip side of that, I would think you are your center of the universe. Your universe, your center. If there's no focus on that, then what are you connecting to? Like earlier you say you're going somewhere, but it's not consciously somewhere. Like how are you going somewhere if not consciously? You know? That I feel like that's more like a lull to me. That's more like a mechanical something, but I guess words being words. I don't know if I would say it's you're going somewhere. I don't think you are. If you don't take the time or don't see it as important to really think about what it is that I guess you're here for, whether that's peace or something else. So I guess it's just two different ways to look at it because now you can get into the conversation of what is flow. You know, is it this external thing you're tapping into? Is it a bath? Right? Is it a pep talk? Is it this thing that you want to do? Is it your essence? But I guess no matter how you cut it up with what we just said really quickly in a matter of like what, a minute or so, there's an intention to connect, right?
Yeah.
So figuring that out.
Yeah. So I would say,
And that
just
kind of gets into like what I think what we've been doing as humans. Maybe that's what we've just been doing this entire time. All the books, all the moments wrapped up in different ways. Whether it's like this random person sitting out in the middle of the grass in some park trying to, feel the vibes of the earth,
yeah.
right? Or some finance person talking about the importance of, you know, their support and their expertise, or like how to better how to do it, how to achieve that more, how to achieve that less. I think we've just used words and different sections of society to split up that concept of connecting to a flow. So, wow. And then looking at that, I guess the question then becomes, I guess it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you're doing it with kind of this purposeful intent to get to this better, this more, this simpler something. And with my path, I'd say as long as it's aligning with your you, that's the way you go.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I agree with that.
I basically solved the world's question.
Cool. Yeah.
Everyone's day should be better now. Be great.
Just take some time out if it works for you, and if that isn't how
Oh
you do
goodness,
it,
I can't hear you. I don't know what's up with my systems. I don't know what it is. Maybe the world was like, we're just gonna have you talk, right? Just not know. But maybe levels part two. I'll probably like close a couple tabs. My system's kind of just like, what are you doing? But yeah, let me figure that out. Hold on. Or you talk, you flow, and I have no idea what you're saying. Dun dun dun. Da, 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 da.
yeah. I mean, I don't really have that much else to say.
Da,
This
da,
was just a food for thought
da,
uh,
da, da, da,
moment. Uh,
dee, da,
Clearly,
doo,
things are
doo,
not working 100%. Um,
doo, 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 doo,
but I think we've left you with enough to chew on that will get you through the next week.
doo, doo.
Um, yeah. So don't worry. This is what we have for this week. So,
Ooh.
take some time out. Use the rest of the time that we normally would be talking to, you know, use that time for yourself. And
Mhm.
we'll be here next week. This is
Oh,
your host,
I hear you
host,
now.
and
Okay,
then
okay, yeah. Go ahead.
and guest is back.
Yes,
And
I'm here
the good thing
in the
about
flow.
the good thing about this episode is that we'll have no ads. So enjoy.
Is that okay? Flow with the freebie. Yo, we
All right, bye everyone.
bye.